Um, I know that people coming to these teachings on YouTube, um, that don't know my background and so on, they can plainly see that this is not religious, but it is Buddhism, It is actually the heart of Buddha. This is what we explore here. And if the Buddha was asked how to summarize all the vast teachings that he gave, and he said very simply, commit not a single unwholesome action, do good to perfection, and to tame this mind of ours. So basically these three things, not to harm, to do good, and to tame the mind. And Nushal Khenpo Rinpoche, this great Dzogchen master, he actually said that by taming the mind, you accomplish the other two. So, what is the mind? So, if you've read the TBLD and many other Dharma books, the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, and many other Dharma books, particularly the ones that begin to unveil the path of Dzogchen, they speak about mind as having two faces, which they call Sem and Rigpa. And these are Tibetan words, but a very rough translation into English would be mind and awareness. Now, there's no mind without awareness, So sometimes you might find these two things translated as mind and pure awareness. So this Sem mind, this is something we're very familiar with. How could you characterize it? It's basically the mind that makes plans, that judges things. Something we're very, very familiar with. And but recently I was looking at this mind in a little bit more detail, and something struck me as being quite significant. And that is that this mind that makes plans and so on, that it spends most of its time either in the past or the future. It spends very, very little time in the present. And what do I mean by being in the past? Memories, regrets, all that stuff. You're familiar with this. The future, wishing, trepidation, fear. Basically, stormy waters, this stuff, suffering. This is where the Sem mind spends its time, in the past or in the future. Very, very little in the present. And when it does encounter the present moment, almost immediately, it's only a momentary contact, almost immediately it starts to judge, immediately there's hope and fear. So the question is, how do we get to fully experience this other aspect of mind, this pure awareness? How can we do that? How can we come to fully experience it? And by resting. And resting does not mean you're trying to relax. Resting means non-action. Downing tools, just resting. Allowing everything to be just as it is in the present moment. Not altering, just allowing everything to be just as it is. And when you do that, there's a momentary moment of now. And in that now, there's no past or future. There's no wishing. There's no trepidation. It's just reality. Simple, tranquil, uncomplicated. How wonderful. A momentary moment of simply being. But what you might not realize is that this momentary moment of now never ceases. It's there all the time. It's the actual reality. Now. So simple. Now. See, in now, there's no past and there's no future. It's very simple. It's there all the time. It's what's actually real. Right now. This moment. Just resting. Resting. Now. You can't find this pure awareness by searching for it. So abandon all effort. Just breathe. Now. You may think you leave it, but it's there all the time. Now. It never leaves you. without worrying about the past or anticipating the future. Simply being. There is ease, peace, tranquility, not something created by grasping mind. Created, not really created by anything, revealed when you rest in now. In now, there's no worry. It's just now. It's okay for a thought about the past to come in the now. By staying in now, that thought auto-frees itself. And equally, it's okay if a thought about worry in the future comes. By staying in now, that thought too just dissolves. You don't have to control. Just rest. You don't have to try to stay in now. You are in now. All the time. The now we experience is always changing, but the pure awareness is a constant. waves crashing onto the beach, returning back to the ocean. The ocean doesn't change. Okay?